the #1 podcast of the Minnesota Vikings. And now, Odin's Den with A-Train and the Hammer.
Oh, baby, we're back. Thanks, JB. Been a while since we've heard his sultry tones, so I thought I'd put him in at the front again. Welcome back to Odin's Den, episode 22 for all you rubes out there. It's me and it's A-Train and the Hammer coming at you live on December 6th.
A-Train, how the hell are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Hammer. How the hell are you?
Well, that was a tough game to watch, but we got the win. I guess I'm more or less okay.
So we've squeaked out 2 wins in a row now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So deserve it, aren't they? And we did play with a lot of heart in this Jags game. Our defense played with a lot of heart.
Well, losing Eric Kendricks in pregame warm-ups, I guess all things considered at the end of the game, I'd have to say the defense, after a tough start, they got it figured out and started playing well.
You are correct. Adjustments. But yes, welcome to Odin's Den, episode 122. It's December 6th. I hope you're all enjoying your December. We've got no snow on the ground here, which is kind of baffling in the tundra that is North Dakota. Super, super baffling. We had some in October, in the middle of October, but we don't have any now. That makes a lot of sense. Actually, it was damn near 50 today and sunny, and I'm going, what the fuck is going on?
Well, as a truck driver, I must say I have been enjoying this winter so far.
Oh, yeah, I love a tame winter. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it, but it's just kind of strange.
Well, even just the temperature, that's a trade-off I would make every time. Like, if I could just have it be really, really, really cold, but no ice on the roads,
right?
I would take that deal.
Correct.
As a truck driver.
I would too. Nobody wants to be slipping around on ice, whether you're in town, out of town, working for it, just tooting around. Nobody wants ice, snow, warming up the car, sliding around, scraping your windshield. Nobody likes that shit.
Well, warming up the car, I mean, if somebody offered me, hey, you can either have it be 20 below zero every day for 4 months, but with no ice on the roads, or you could have just topsy-turvy weather, but have ice on the roads all the time. Yeah, I would take the 20 below zero every day.
That's pretty drastic. Most of our listeners probably haven't experienced 20 below zero unless you live in Minnesota.
Well, most of our listeners probably live in Minnesota, so...
Maybe. Everybody all over the world likes the Vikings, though, bro.
Well, I remember you telling me that we've had people from Australia listening to the show.
Correct. Just in the geography of the downloads, technically there were some very interesting countries listed on there, and I was like, damn! We're like David Hasselhoff over in Germany. We're #1 on the podcast in Germany.
Well, regardless of what country you're from, everyone should visit purplepainforums.com.
You are correct.
Log in, get an account, even if you're just lurking.
Log in, just creep in the corner, peek through the bushes if you want. You don't even gotta post anything.
Yeah, well, if nothing else, at least be a lurker and check it out. Just go to purplepainforums.com, give it a quick look, and if it's not your thing, I mean, it maybe won't be for everyone, but if you like a website where Viking fans come together to discuss all things Vikings and all things NFL and life, actually, because they have threads for everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, you want to get a little deep, get a little philosophical. You want to
therapy session?
You want to bullshit through your day and just post some funny vids. You want to talk Vikings? It's all there. purplepainforums.com.
And you can go tell Hammer how much of a noob he is.
Hammer likey. I encourage that. And a lot of people do.
Oh, yes. Check out purplepainforums.com and clack your keys. We talk about them every week just in case you forgot. I'm also going to... It is the holiday season, the gift-giving season. I love giving back, especially to an actual active listener of Odin's Den. I would like to do a giveaway again only. We've done this before, but I would like to do a giveaway only that I will be talking about right here to your ears directly. This won't be posted anywhere. It won't be advertised anywhere. You can't even technically click to it on our website. You have to physically type in odinsdenpodcast.com/giveaway. Same thing as last time, technically, but I just want to, and then you'll be able to sign up right there on a quick little form, a quick little easy form. As far as the prize that we're going to give away, I will just have some options on there.
Oh, what kind of options are you looking at?
It's probably just going to be some of our merchandise, whether it's the I'm With Stupid design, whether it's the Kings of the North design.
Or just the Odin's Den hoodie.
Odin's Den hoodie. I'll lay
Coffee
out some
mugs?
options. Yeah, coffee mugs, whatever the fuck.
Oh, hell yeah.
But you want a beach towel? I don't give a fuck. You want some blankets? I don't care. Whatever you want. You want a tie with our logo on it? That's probably not, but that's cool too. But I will be doing that, so go sign up for that. We will have some cool prizes on there. Swag.
What's the registration window for that?
The registration window is probably just till next week, so I would say a week.
About a week. It's so starting now and then for
Correct.
about a week.
Correct. Anybody who listens to this,
Type that URL and...
Correct. Starting, Tuesday when this episode goes up, Monday night, Tuesday morning, whenever you hear this, I mean, before the next episode drops, essentially, try to go have it signed up. I'll probably be looking next Monday, the Monday before the next episode drops.
Okay.
Or even Sunday.
What's that URL one more time?
It's just odinsdenpodcast.com/giveaway.
Okay.
Giveaway.
All right. Very nice, sir.
Normal spelling of giveaway. Nothing fancy. But yeah, go sign up there. I just want to reward somebody that's actively listening. I just tried to give away a canvas print, which I think was a pretty cool canvas print on the Odin's Den Facebook page. But out of all the people that liked the post, nobody was actually following the instructions to fully register and actually also like our page. Part of the whole point was to get more eyes on the podcast, get some more listeners maybe.
So you tried to give away a canvas print and you weren't able to?
Well, I just chose not to anymore because there was like 6 actual registered entries that followed the rules
That's good
out of
enough,
like
I think.
115 people.
I still think you should give it to one of those 6 people then.
Out of 100. Well, this is why we're kind of pivoting into this giveaway. I will happily give away a cool prize.
I think you should give away both.
I want to reward an actual active listener, not just somebody who
Well, again, there were 6 of them.
hit a couple like buttons.
Well, see, there were 6
on
of them
Facebook.
there were 6 of them for the print, though. So
And one was Ronster and one was Marcus. So there was
Sharkus.
only 5 actual random people that technically actually registered.
See,
for
I
it.
still think
Or
you
4,
should,
sorry, 4.
I still think you should do a drawing then and actually give it to one of those 6 people.
I'll think about it.
All
I'll
right.
think about it.
You can't just announce a giveaway and then not do it.
I mean, I can.
well,
I can when I don't get the results and the sign-ups and the feedback that I wanted to see on the giveaway.
that would make us a total douchebag podcast if you
like a Packers podcast?
if you renege on that. Yes, and we do not want to be that low.
All right, Hammer, you want to contribute to some of the funds to pay for the prize?
Yes, I would.
Perfect.
I'm okay with that.
I think I was actually going to ask you for some help with that stuff anyway.
This was actually more an issue of the A Train having insufficient funds.
Oh no,
Okay.
I got plenty of money, but that's a different. Hemorrhaging money to try to advertise this podcast and not get a lot of feedback is a different story that I won't bore the listeners with. Anyway,
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that after the podcast. We'll work something out. I'll help you with it.
yes.
It's more important that we actually give it away after you announce the giveaway.
All right.
So,
Hammer's here to keep me on the. I got a business mind. Hammer's here to keep me on the right and narrow with his justice and morality.
well, that must be it because I don't have a business mind.
Not much at all going on in there, if you know what I mean. Not much at all.
Hammer likey. You.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you for all who do listen. I really want to reward the listeners. I don't care if not that many people signed up for the last one of these that we did. That doesn't matter to me, but I want to for sure give a nice gift, a reward around Christmas, before Christmas, to a active listener who's listening to this, who goes and signs up. I would love to do.
I'm fine with that.
That I would love to do. Otherwise, yes, I overthink things. But, all right, well, let's get into the news.
Back from battle,
with a Vikings update.
All right, so I don't think there's a ton of news like usual, but there were like 3 roster moves here that I'll just quickly go over. Since the last pod fart on December, well, which would have been Monday the 30th, on December 1st, on Tuesday, December 1st, we waived Austin Cutting and linebacker Hardy Nickerson. We released Marcus Sales from the practice squad, and we protected Brandon Dillon, a tight end, Brandon Dillon. On December 2nd, Wednesday, we activated Adam Thielen back from the COVID-19 list. Thank you, Jehovah's Witness Jesus. And we signed Andrew DePaula to the active roster. DePaula. I feel like we've gone over these already, or said these names. Oh, yeah, never mind. They were back in November, a couple of them. Floating around.
I was going to say the Austin
Lots of
Cutting
comings and goings.
stuff. Yeah, that we covered that last week.
Coming and going. Well, this was from December 1st, so we literally couldn't have, but we've said his name. He's been moving around a lot recently. And then we signed corner Tay Hayes to the practice squad. And then on December 3rd, we signed Hardy Nickerson back to the practice squad.
So Austin Cutting is still a free agent, huh?
He's not on this list, is coming back, because that's what people say that we're going to do is we dropped him to bring him back, but we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes, sir. You got any news? That's literally all that we got. There's those 3 transactions.
Yeah.
You got any other news there?
Well, Alexander Madison had appendicitis.
Correct.
During the week. He had surgery.
Yes.
Removed the appendix, so he missed the game today.
Yep.
Irv Smith Jr. and DJ Wanham, they both missed this game for injury too.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, is just Eric Kendricks with that injury in pregame warmups that hurt us quite a bit in the first half anyway.
Correct.
That's all I got for news.
That's all you got? Just a couple upbeat things instead of an injury. Kirk Cousins won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 12.
For the Panther game.
Correct. And
wow, even with the fumble, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the high bar set by the NFC. And the Player of the Month of November went to Dalvin Cook.
Oh, very deserving.
And none other than Dalvin, our very own Dalvin.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah. I think that's about it. Anything else you can think of there, Hammer?
No, we can go into the game.
All right, let's just dive right into it here. Not waste any time. We just fought the Jags 2 hours ago. What another battle. A battle in the trenches. We squeaked out a win in overtime. Man, it's been a while since we went to overtime in a regular season game, and it wasn't like a playoff game. 27-24, which did get Net Hammer the win in our goddamn
score prediction
game. He was
1
31
point closer
to 21.
than you, baby.
Yeah. I said 26-17. Vikings 26, Jags 17, of course, winning. He said 31-21, Vikings 31.
I was closer by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
now
we did squeak it out.
I pulled within 5 and 7 because you've won 7 of them now, and I've won 5, and we have 4 games left.
I don't like that.
I could still do this.
That doesn't make me feel as good anymore. I felt real good about this game, and now I don't feel as good no more.
A win from you today would have clinched you at least a tie. That's all you really have to do to clinch a tie is just win one of these last 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we end one in a tie and then I win the other 3, I would still take it. But it's still looking pretty good for you. But if I win next week also with that Bucks game, then it's going to start getting interesting.
Little hairy. Maybe it'll come down to the actual last game again like it did, was it last season?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Last year, you locked it up with like 3 weeks left.
Yeah, you're right.
The year before.
You couldn't have, man, it was just perfect.
The year before, I was up by 3 with 4 weeks left.
Yeah.
Because we had a tie in there somewhere. And then you won 3 in a row and tied it up going into the last game. And then I won the last game by 1 point.
You couldn't plan that any better. What a nail biter. What an absolute nail biter.
That's how we do.
Kind of like this game. What a nail biter. But yes, if you didn't check out the game, we did win There are
27-24.
27 to
In
24.
overtime.
Barely beat a 1-10 team.
Ugh.
There are good points and definitely some bad points. We look like classic cursed Vikings. At the same time, we look like we were going to punch you in the face and slap your mama. But we pulled it out regardless. Let's look at the offense first. Kirky Boy was 28 for 43, 305 yards, 3 TDs, and a pick-or-do. Me and you looked at that pick-or-do, and we don't think it was Kirk's fault because Dalvin wasn't even looking.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say Dalvin probably should have just been looking for the ball a little earlier than he did. So I know if Dalvin would have been paying attention there, that wouldn't have been a pick. I mean, maybe it would have been incomplete, but my opinion was that pick six wasn't really on Cousins.
You might as well absolve him of all of his potential misdoings because we looked at the other fumble as well when he handed off to Dalvin.
Yeah, I don't think that
right now too.
I don't think that fumble should have been officially charged to Cousins. I think that was also Dalvin's fault, that fumble right by the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kirk was right when he was yelling at him at the sideline.
He didn't give him a basket.
Yeah, that's what the guy Jay Feely was saying during the game. Was he was telling him on the sideline, "Hey, you got to give me a basket to hand it to." And on the replay, it looks like Cousins handed it to him right where that basket should have been, and Cook just his arms kind of were not in the right spot to take the hand off, and he fumbled it.
Got to get that Easter basket going, boy.
You vicious bastards!
Now Kirk's got a blemish on his stats. Thanks a lot, Dalvin. Thanks a lot.
Well, for the amount of pressure he was facing this whole game, I think Kirk Cousins played a really good game.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did all right. He could have done without that pick. He got sacked a few times as well. Our offensive line looked worse than I can think of in the last 5 games.
Yeah, what's up with that? The Jacksonville Jaguars D-line is one of the worst in the NFL, and we were getting Ezra Cleveland back today.
Right.
This is a game really Dalvin Cook should have run for like 200 yards.
They were loading the box all day on us and held him to 36 yards for the whole first half.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
They game plan to stop him, and they, for the most part, did it.
Well,
most of the
half,
game. Yeah.
The first half, we definitely needed to take a couple deep shots to try to loosen that Jacksonville D up.
What do you think of the play calling? I thought we were...
Well, in the first half, I thought our offensive play calling was awful.
Yeah.
Defensive play calling wasn't that much better, although they were still trying to adjust to Kendricks not being there.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, the defensive play calling was spot on, I thought. I would have liked to maybe seen a little more blitzing throughout the game because we were rushing 4 a lot in this game, and we weren't getting pressure on Glennon.
Right.
I thought we maybe should have approached it the same way we approached the Bears game in Soldier Field when we were playing Nick Foles, and we were like, hey, this isn't Aaron Rodgers over there. This is Nick Foles. Let's rush him.
Right.
It's same thing with Glennon. I'd say blitz more and don't just let him stand back there.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could say that. I mean, if you got a really, really mobile motherfucker, it's going to be harder. So it's going to be more risky. But otherwise, just in general, you always want some level of pressure on every quarterback.
Well, and Glennon isn't really a mobile QB.
No.
Yeah, he's not good enough to be all scared. And, we better play coverage and not let him get out of the pocket. Yeah, that's.
I mean, he's not good enough to be a starter without somebody else getting hurt.
Yeah, but to be fair, we did have our best player on defense not on the field, and we did okay in stretches against the run. The end around got us once or twice again, but I guess we also got them with the end around once too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, the offensive play calling was a little off all game.
I would agree.
I mean, shoot, that 3rd and 1 where we just throw a bomb trying to get a touchdown. We maybe, that you remember what I'm talking about, right? That 51-yard field goal Bailey missed at the end. Yeah, how do you not just maybe dial up like a 5-yard pass there or something? I don't know. I get trying to be, non-predictable, but the problem is we actually try that a lot. There are a lot of 3rd and 1s I see us just running go routes. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think Kubiak's too old school. I wish we would get a younger. You see all these other teams and coaches with these younger guys. They're trying to think outside the box. They're trying goofy shit. I don't want an old mindset. The league is going to younger, faster, better, mobile, across the board, offensive minds. I want to see more of that here with us too. I feel like Kubiak's just kind of an old.
You think the game might be passing
guard.
him by a little?
Oh, 100%. Probably already fucking did. He probably already should have retired when he had a health issue, man. And now what? Isn't there talks about him going to go somewhere else again now? Because somebody's going, we can't keep an offensive coordinator. Like he's going to go on to another team now after this year.
Well,
like,
that I have no idea on. That's really hard to say. I haven't seen any rumors like that, but that doesn't mean they aren't out there.
Right.
There were some good play calls today from Kubiak. It was just way too spotty.
So inconsistent,
for
man.
my taste.
So inconsistent.
Yeah, he got into a stretch where he was handing off on 1st down to Dalvin every single 1st down, at least for a little bit. There were stretches of the game like that.
Right.
But, at the same time, we did have about a 50-50 balance today with running and passing. So that, I do like that.
Yeah, that's good. That was good.
I mean, if we bring in a younger offensive mind, but he just wants to pass all the time, I'd actually prefer to stick with Kubiak. Because I want to run the ball.
How do you have Delvin and want to pass all the time?
Well, I mean,
you shouldn't have a job in the
DiFilippo,
NFL if you can't see the talent of Delvin and
yeah,
want to use him a
DiFilippo
little
had
bit.
Dalvin Cook, and all he wanted to do was throw.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Yes, he is.
Came up with that one all on my own.
Hammer likey.
Well, why, thank you, Hammer. Thank you.
Yeah, second half, Zimmer made adjustments. You could kind of see that.
He always does. Yeah,
he made adjustments for the better, in my opinion, and he actually did dial up a couple blitzes in the second half at least. I don't remember seeing a single blitz in the first half. I might just be forgetting something, but yeah.
Any of you stat hounds out there, let Hammer know. Tell him what's up. Send him an email at hammerswrongagain@hammer.com.
Yeah, I'm sure I am wrong about a lot of things.
But speaking of rushing, Delvin had 32 carries, Jesus H, for 120 yards, averaging 3.8 a carry.
Yeah, that's surprising. He didn't even average 4 yards a carry against this defense.
Right.
Yeah, the O-line, this might have been, considering who we were playing, this might be their best or worst performance of the year.
That's sad, man. Just makes me sad. Nobody else even worth mentioning on the rushing.
So confusing.
Nobody. Yeah. This team is very, very confusing. We struggle against these shit teams like the Cowboys and the Jags, and then we're right at there close and almost win against a good team that we shouldn't be beating, like a Seahawks or a this or that,
Yeah. I figured Dalvin Cook would get at least 30 carries today. I mean, with Madison not being there.
Right. Who was I know Ham was out there a little bit, but who was really... I don't remember seeing us hand off to anybody else.
Amir Abdullah got
a couple in there. Yeah, you're right.
Like two of them.
Don't we still have
Mike Boone?
Boone, yeah, I was going to say
we still got Boone.
Okay.
I don't think he got a carry, though.
Mm-mm. All right, and then if we look at... I could see right here that it's... Cousins had 3 carries, Amir had 2, averaging 5.5 per, and Jefferson had 1.
Mm-hmm.
So... and then speaking of just JJ, what a beautiful fucking game for this young man. 9 for 12, 121 yards and 1 TD. Thielen was right there as well, like usual. 8 for 11, 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Boy, oh boy, CJ Ham had 1 target, and boy, did he make use of that motherfucking target. 12 yards, ran it in for a TD. Good to see some Christmas Ham action in there.
That was a nice play call on
Absolutely
the
love it.
CJ Ham touchdown.
Absolutely.
Because that was when the Jags were getting a ton of pressure, and Kubiak said, all right, you want to keep rushing Cousins? Well, we'll just slip CJ Ham out in the flat, and you can try tackling him after he has a full head of steam.
Good
going.
luck, motherfucker. Good luck. Yes, but yeah, so that is, man. Yeah, 3 beautiful TDs. No rushing TDs at all this game, but 3 beautiful passing TDs. And, yeah.
I like how spread out the targets were among the top 3. It was 12 targets for Jefferson, 11 for Thielen, and 9 for Dalvin Cook.
And then it just drops off.
Well, yes, but, I mean, those are the 3 guys that you usually want having the ball.
I feel like we should use Rudy more. He did have 2 targets. One was a pretty odd drop, if you remember that one.
Well, I'm okay with Rudolph getting red zone targets for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, throwing it to
He's
Rudolph
so hard to
isn't-
defend, though, isn't he?
It isn't the word. What's that?
He's so hard to defend, though, isn't he? A tight end like that, Rudy?
Well, I mean, he's 6'6", so he presents that size mismatch if you got like a 5'8" defensive back on him.
right.
That makes him a good red zone target. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the world, so I don't know.
I still feel like he should be able to help us move the ball down the field here and there.
Well, yeah.
You know?
He did have a couple catches last week. It'd be nice to see Rudolph catch a couple more, I suppose, yeah.
Conklin had a target and caught it and got 10 yards.
A very important catch there, by the way.
Very important.
There's a 3rd down play. He got a big first down.
Very important. Let's go ahead and look at the fumbles before we wrap up the offense here. Kirk did fumble and lose it once. That's the handoff, I'm assuming.
That was the handoff.
That's
yeah.
really stupid that's credited to him when he wasn't the player that actually had it fall out of his hands, but whatever,
Well,
NFL.
that's always how they view it, because they view it as, well, Dalvin never had possession of the ball, so the last person that had possession of it was
Defaults to the
Cousins.
quarterback. Gotcha.
So by default, they assign the fumble to Cousins.
I understand it, and I think it's fucking stupid.
It's by letter of the law, that sort
Right.
of thing. I mean, really, the guy responsible, I think, for that was Cook.
Yeah, after looking at that again, yeah.
Kirk Cousins fantasy owners won't take any solace in that. That's just how it is.
You're looking at you, Marcus Sharkus. Or should we say Bucky the Elf? KJ Osborne had a fumble.
Yeah.
Jordan Brailford, the shining new star, getting some action out there. He had a forced fumble and a recovery. Cameron Dantzler had a forced fumble and a recovery. We'll talk about those two when we get to the defensive side of the ball, but yes. Lots of turnovers. Lots of turnovers in this both sides of the ball. Well, let's wrap up the offense here. Let's go to Dan Bailey, who made me want to hang myself in a bathroom. He missed 2 extra points. He missed a field goal as well. And, he was 1 for 3 on extra points and 2 for 3 on field goals.
All of those field goals, the snap was good, the hold was good. There wasn't a guy right in his face about to block it. This was a bad game out of nowhere. I wonder how this happens.
Yeah, maybe you should ask him.
Well,
Maybe I should get him on the podcast to interview him.
I don't know. It's just one of those anybody can have a bad day sort of deals. I mean, because he's been good all year.
Right.
I
haven't worried. Now I'm worrying again after this game.
I mean, 2 extra points?
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. I have not normally worried. And kicker pisses me off even more than somebody else because they literally sit at the sideline practicing with a net, and they literally have one purpose and one job on the team. It's not a lot of other positions. You got a lot going on. You got all these schemes. You got all these routes. You got all these plays. You got all these different variables in your football IQ rattling around in your brain. Kicker does one fucking goddamn job, and you fuck it up. That pisses me off even more because that position seems like it's a very one lane, one-sided, one fucking denomination lane. And, ugh.
Well, a lot of, fans and players see it the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, how do you imagine the players feel when they have a long drive where they fight hard for every first down? All that work goes into it, and then the kicker misses the kick.
This motherfucker missed the field goal.
Misses the field goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's been a running joke for years and years and years that players just scoff at the kicking position, and kickers are hazed.
Yeah, they're trash.
And,
They're trash. Kickers are trash.
yeah.
Kickers are garbage people.
Well, I don't know about that, But kickers sometimes get hazed by their teammates and stuff. I mean, it's
Well deserved. Well deserved.
sometimes, yeah.
Well deserved. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna mess up, if you're gonna mess up like Chris Boyd does, I mean,
The guy's a thief. His man was open all day. He couldn't cover his head with his hat.
thank you, Urkel.
Oh,
for
I
that
love that
input.
drop.
Well, I know you do. We haven't used it for a while.
Yeah, we love Urkel.
So I thought I'd force it in there for you.
Hey, play it one more time.
All right.
The guy's a thief. His man was open all day. He couldn't cover his head with his hat.
Yes, he couldn't cover his head with his hat. Talking about Dan Bailey. Yes, otherwise, we didn't have any other muffs. We didn't have any other bullshit happen, I don't think, on the special teams. Special teams, I thought, was actually okay today.
Well, besides
the kicking.
besides the fumble with KJ Osborne, we were lucky enough to get it back.
True.
But KJ Osborne had another fumble today. I don't know. I would say the special teams kind of had yet another shaky day, to say the least.
Shaky, but I wouldn't use the word abysmal like we have in the past.
I guess they maybe messed up slightly less today.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 missed extra
Progress.
points.
Progress, baby. That's Dan. Man.
He is special teams. I mean,
Oh, yeah, he's fucking special, all right. He's special, all right, I tell you what. I'm sure Zimmer was real happy. Like I said before the podcast, we get those 2 extra points. We wouldn't have went into fucking overtime.
Yep.
And you can sit there and say, oh, but this and that, and then look at the other turnovers we did, and you can't just look at the kicking points. You got to look at the rest of the game. Actually, no, not really. You make those 2 extra points, we don't go to overtime. Period.
Yeah, I think we both were fully prepared to give Dan Bailey the turd of the week if we had lost.
Still should give it to him anyway. Piece of shit.
Well, who gets your game ball?
Game ball? We haven't even talked about the defense yet.
Oh, all right.
God, man. Let's just peel through the defense real quick.
Okay.
All right. God. We actually got a couple sacks. Hey, what happened?
Yeah, we didn't get much pressure today.
We didn't.
The couple of times we did get pressure, we were able to get a sack, but pass rush was largely non-existent.
Correct. Hercules Mataafa, Ronster's favorite superhero. Hercules. You got to have a circular motion when you clap your palms. He got half a credit along with Harry the Hitman. Harry actually had a great game today. I know where we're going with the game ball. There's a couple defensive people, and Harry's one in my mind. But yes, Harry had a good game today. Got a pick as well. Mm-hmm. Anthony Harris got a great tackle for loss. He also, he's been quiet most this year. Maybe that's a good thing.
He had a pass defended today, too.
Yes, he had a great pass defended today.
Anthony Harris had a solid day.
He did. Afadi Adenabo had a sack and a tackle for loss. But yes, Harry the Hitman had an interception. Cameron Dantzler had an interception. And Amman had a pass deflected. Eric Wilson had a pass deflected, too. So I feel like our defense kept us in this game.
Oh, they did.
And played harder and with more heart than our offense.
Well, that's hard to disagree with. I mean, there were a couple of plays.
I don't just make shit up, bro.
Couple of plays the defense made today that were really just effort plays.
Right.
That ended up getting the result for us.
Dantzler had an absolutely amazing day. I know you already said it, and I agree. The game ball is in our new segment called Star of the Week instead of Turd of the Week. Cameron Dantzler, you get to the inaugural game ball here for our new Star of the Week segment. Star of the Week. It's like we're in the king's court and I'm the jester all over again.
You are a very jesterish guy.
I am a joker of sorts. Star of the week goes to you, Cameron Dantzler. Hold me closer, tiny Dantzler.
Completely agree. Dantzler gets our game ball for sure.
Hell yes. Keep up the good work. We're happy to have you. All these rookies, lots of fucking promise. Brailford, man.
He had a nice game.
Comes out, looks fucking great. Who the hell is this guy?
He got a sack in the end zone for a safety.
Oh, beautiful.
Andy got a fumble. I mean, yeah, nice plays there. I mean, Cam Dantzler, how big was that pick he got in the second quarter?
Very big.
Oh, man, it was 9-0 Jaguars, I believe, and they were driving.
Yeah.
Had it in our territory. They're about to score again. And then Dantzler, on a pure effort play, where he essentially just took the football away from the Jags receiver.
Loved it. Just peeled it out of his hands and then grabbed it.
It looked like he just wanted it more.
Right.
Just a pure effort play. Dantzler stays with the play and gets the pick. And then we drive down and get a touchdown. That might have been the biggest play of the game right there.
I think so. I absolutely think so.
Yeah, and then later on he causes a fumble and then recovers it. Whew. Yeah, I've kind of felt like Dantzler has been our best corner pretty much the whole season. It's starting to look like we're seeing the results on it now, too. Getting turnovers and such.
Hammer's getting excited over there.
Yeah, I remember on this podcast an episode or two before the draft saying that I was really hoping that 40 time for Dantzler would knock him down to the second or third round so we could get him. Sure enough, we got him in the third round. He struck me as a Zimmer corner, a tall guy. And if you watch the guy play, I mean, anybody that's watched a Mississippi State game in the last 2 or 3 years, how are your eyes not drawn to number 3?
Right.
He was number 3 at Mississippi State. Like, geez, this number 3 guy, he's a first rounder. And we got him in the third round. Are you kidding?
Love it.
Oh, I loved that pick when we made it. Ooh.
Absolutely. But yes, he was out there helping cause fumbles. They lost 2 fumbles. We lost 1. They threw 2 picks. We threw 1. What a back and forth. They allowed 2 sacks. We allowed 4. Our third down efficiency was 43%. They were 30. Time of possession. Hammer gets his little victory here. His little side victory in that little game that means nothing, and I just think it's hilarious.
Because the time of possession winner will usually win the game.
I just love it when it doesn't. That's all. The Vikings had 37 minutes. The Jags had 30 minutes. Penalties, Jesus, the Jags had 10. Holy shit. We had 6. That's not awful, but clean that the fuck up. But yeah, 10? Get fucked.
The refereeing I thought the refereeing this game was mostly okay. They had a really bad offensive pass interference on Jefferson in overtime. I didn't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
But outside of that one big mistake they made, the refereeing, I thought this game was okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We barely squeaked out that win, and guess what? Now we're 500. We're 500. We're 6-6, baby. 5-0-0. Here we come, playoffs. Here we fucking come.
And as things stand right now, as we're recording this, the Rams are up 24-14 on the Cardinals early in the fourth quarter of their game. If the Rams hang on to that and beat the Cardinals, the Vikings will officially be a playoff team for the moment.
Hell yeah.
We will pass the Cardinals and take that last playoff spot.
Keep hope, everybody. Keep hope,
We
please.
might be a legit playoff team at the end of this week.
Yes.
Slipping into that last wild card spot.
Don't get cocky, but keep hope, everybody.
It doesn't mean we'll keep that spot, but
right.
Well, it's just after the way we started at 1-5, and now we're
6-6,
14 minutes away from getting into that last wild card spot. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. You never know what's going to happen. You always got to keep trying your hardest.
Got to keep
life
battling.
Life lessons, baby. Life lessons.
Yeah, you keep grinding, keep working, and good things happen.
All right, well, let's look at these quick insights. They're always kind of fun. The Vikings are now 6-1 all time versus the Jags. We've won 5 straight. Their lone loss was Week 15 of 2001. Did you know that?
I did not.
Well,
I remembered the game 4 years ago when we beat them, because they're a team we play every 4 years.
Right.
And I remember that game in 2016 when we were in Jacksonville and we were completely decimated that year, with injuries and such, and we still went in and beat them.
Still beat that ass.
Because the Jaguars were that bad then, and they're really bad now.
Thank you, Jaguars.
Boy, neither team this game played well at all, really.
And the second insight, of course, we are on a hot streak. We are 5-1 since coming off our bye week. Cousins has looked great the last 5 games. Yeah, we're putting something together. It took a while, man. The season's still weird, but I got hope. Not a lot of hope, but I got hope. You got to have some hope.
Well, another tidbit I just saw,
Ugh.
just that on the pass plays where Cam Dantzler was the closest defender to the receiver the Jags were targeting, that play, 2 of 8 for 24 yards and an interception.
Ooh.
Yeah, whenever Dantzler was covering the guy they were targeting, it was good result for the purple. So go Dantzler. Damn is right.
Whoa, we don't need you to do it. Come on, leave it up to the drops there, buddy.
Okay, we'll cleanse the palate. Play that one more time.
Leave it up to the drops.
Damn!
Cleanse the palate,
Beautiful.
he says. Cleanse the palate with this caribou coffee that you brought over here, Hammer. Justin Jefferson has surpassed Percy Harvin for the second most receptions by a rookie in team history. Did you know that? Percy had 60 in 2009.
That's kind of crazy. Moss didn't have more.
Yeah, crazy.
Well,
Jefferson's now better than Randy Moss, correct?
I don't know.
Is that correct?
He's
breaking all of his records. Is that correct?
I think Moss still had more touchdowns. I don't know if I'm quite ready to say Jefferson is better than Randy Moss, but he's on a trajectory to be better than him, though.
Right. Or right there with him. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. Thank you. Thank you, Odin. Points.
My dad today was kind of saying, man, if we would have still had Diggs to go with Thielen and Jefferson, we'd be unstoppable. And
Who would have been the third? Who would have been wide receiver 3? You think any of those 3 want to be wide receiver 3?
Well,
it would have been Jefferson by default because he's new. But
I keep telling him we wouldn't have Jefferson if we still had Diggs.
Right, yeah.
Because that was the draft pick we used to take him. And if we had Diggs, we would have just taken a corner with our first rounder. So.
Right. He's everybody pretty much views him as Diggs' replacement, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which he essentially is. I keep
in more than one way.
I told him a couple times today, like, well, Dad, we wouldn't have taken him if we still had Diggs.
Oh, Mr. Hammer.
We might not have even been able to get him because, again, the Bills' pick was the one we used to take him, and they were a couple spots in front of us.
The only thing Mr. Hammer understands is pizza. And turkey.
Man, this is a funky feast right now.
Well, I would say my dad understands football very well.
True.
He gets, even more than me, he gets kind of caught up in the moment sometimes. And, I'm just as bad almost. But no, my dad, he's played football. He played in a city league in his 20s. He actually played with Ursel McBee's little brother back then, like in the 60s.
Ronster's probably going to know who you're talking, but otherwise, deep cut.
Well, Ursel McBee, he was the corner that missed that tackle in Super Bowl IV when the Chiefs got that long touchdown pass in the second half that kind of put the game away. But his little brother played with my dad.
Wow.
In a city league in Minneapolis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Celebrities.
Yeah, well.
Local celebs.
I don't know about that, but my dad is he is a very knowledgeable football fan.
Mm-hmm. And passionate.
Oh, he is a very, very passionate football fan.
You guys smash so many coffee mugs every Sunday.
Yeah, we do.
My God.
I mean, sometimes the thing is I might be a little more detail-oriented than him.
Right.
So every now and then I do kind of have to step in and say, well, wait, Dad, that isn't really the case. There's this, and this.
Excuse me, Mr. Hammer. Hammer Senior.
Yeah, but he still is kind of just dreaming about that Diggs, Jefferson, Thielen trio of receivers.
As soon as Diggs kind of took an attitude and got out of here, I was like, thank you for the memories in the Minneapolis Miracle, but bon voyage. Well, incoming new blood, yes, let's move forward.
Well,
I just moved on, man.
Well, I suppose just in a vacuum, just imagining what if we would have had those 3 receivers somehow.
Yeah.
Like if somehow we had all 3, my God.
But yeah, that's what your dad's point is. His brain is exploding every time he thinks about it, and he loves it when his brain explodes. So he keeps thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. That is
the last insight here. The Vikings have scored 23 plus points in 10 of their first 12 games of a season for the first time since 2009. Another 2009 callback.
Okay.
Yes. We can definitely score.
I'm guessing
points.
we did that in 98 also.
Oh, there's even more here. Justin Jefferson has surpassed Randy Moss for the most games with 100-plus receiving yards by a rookie in Minnesota history. Look out, GOAT.
Oh, Jefferson.
He's coming for you. Justin Jefferson has 17-plus fantasy points in 4 straight games, the longest streak by a Minnesota rookie wide receiver since Randy Moss in 1998. I think it's funny that people were actually playing fantasy in 1998 because I was barely watching football in 1998, let alone playing fantasy football as a young
It was just
tyke.
done very differently back then.
Well, right. It was probably, obviously, computers weren't as much of a thing.
Yeah, they
Blah,
were
blah,
they
blah,
were
blah.
done more in person.
Right. Old
Depending on
school.
how hardcore the league was, maybe
Right.
they had big magnets of player names on a
Right.
big blackboard and everything.
Yeah. He has become the 5th rookie in Super Bowl era, in the Super Bowl era, with 1,000-plus receiving yards in their first 12 career games.
So impressive.
And he also is the first Vikings rookie with 1+ receiving touchdown in 3 straight games since Percy Harvin in 2009. I think I might have said that one already. Adam Thielen's 3-yard score in the second quarter was his 12th receiving touchdown this season. 12th.
Jeez.
12th. There was a stat on the screen during this game that said, I believe in the last, I think it said that we scored like 12 touchdowns, in like the last 2 games. And I was like, Jesus Christ. It was either 2 or 3, something like that. Anyway, I don't try to use my brain too hard, because even after this Caribou, it's still struggling a little bit. All right, I think that's about it. Any other words about this Jags game?
Trying to think if we missed anything big here. Well, Jeff Gladney, he did get injured during the game. I don't know if like the severity of that at all. I've been refreshing the Eric Kendricks on Google. I've just been kind of refreshing that, and there's still no news on.
What the hell happened, man?
Well, it was a calf tweak, I think. I think it was his calf muscle. Pre-game warm-ups. There's no word yet on how severe the Kendricks injury is, like going into next week. And I suppose I could do a quick search on Jeff Gladney while we're looking at defenders that got injured. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Gladney, it was a calf injury also.
Jesus, man. Stop with the calves, you guys.
No update on Jeff Gladney either.
Strengthen those calves, boys.
As far as, if they're thinking it'll keep him out of next week or not.
All right. All righty. Well, let's look forward to the future. Week 14. I will edit that out in post.
In Tampa Bay against the Bucks.
Week 14, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We go to Raymond James Stadium. It is a nooner. Actually, 3 out of the 4 last games are a nooner, if you were worried. The Saints game is a 3:30 week 16. Otherwise, the rest are nooners, and all of them are your local Fox station. Actually, that Saints game is also on NFL Network and Amazon. Interesting. But yes, week 14, December 13th, a nooner with the Bucks on your local Fox station. Tune in and watch, squeeze the juice, cheer on your favorite team. And I guess we got to do the score prediction. Huh?
You haven't clinched it yet, so we got to keep doing it.
There's something else I'm clinching during this game.
Well, it's your turn to pick first.
That's horrible.
So
I'll fill in some Jeopardy music or something, will you?
Do do do.
Yeah, perfect.
Do.
A little bit more luster. I don't know.
Ba, ba, ba,
There you go.
Ba, ba,
There you
ba,
go.
ba, 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 ba,
Perfect.
ba, ba, ba,
Perfect.
Ba, 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 ba. R.I.P. Alex Trebek, by the way.
Yes. Rest in peace, you legend of TV.
Well, you've had a little time to think about it now, so.
Actually, all I did was write down our names and the teams. The Buccaneers with Tom Brady.
What
who's
say
a baby
you,
back
A-Train?
bitch, an out of shape old ass bitch.
Oh, I think he's in shape.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He's old, but he has that diet, that otherworldly diet of his, and he's in shape.
All right, I'm going to obviously pick the Vikings winning. I'm going to say that the Vikings win 23-21.
Picking 23-21.
Yes.
Vikings winning. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right. Now it's Hammer's turn to pick.
Yeah, don't go in the tank too long. Well, no, go into the tank as long as you want.
Well, I mean, with the way this team has looked the last 3 weeks, yeah, I want to predict a Viking win.
Uh-oh.
I don't.
He's going to betray us again,
God,
everybody.
I don't think I can though.
Vikings Nation, Hammer's going to betray us. The only team out of these last 4 I think we're probably going to lose against is potentially the Saints.
Well,
Otherwise,
I mean, Tampa,
give me a break, man.
I guess Tampa has kind of...
They're a formidable opponent, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Bucs are not a formidable opponent,
Well, Tampa,
but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk one way or the other.
They really have fallen off since they brought Antonio Brown on board, though, so that's fair. Well, and I guess this is kind of how the Vikings work, where they struggle against awful teams and then end up playing kind of better against good teams that... You know what? I'm going to pick a Vikings win, too.
Oh, God, I talked him out of it. God damn it. It actually doesn't even matter. It's all about the score,
It's
really,
all about
anyway.
the score anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what kind of game this will be, because Delvin I don't think is going to get much going.
Uh-oh.
Tampa's really good against the run, but they do like to play a lot of man in pass D, and Jefferson.
They're going to suffer with our great wide receivers.
Jefferson and Thielen, they gobble man coverage up and spit it out. So
Suckers.
But... I mean, are we smart enough to pass it more next week?
Well, you have to write a letter to Gary.
Yeah, I mean, even if they stop the run a lot, we do still need to try to run a bit too. Well, anyway, I should get back to trying to predict the score here. I am going to predict the Vikings win this game. You know what? I'll predict the same score as today. The Vikings are going to win this game 27-24.
27-24. All right. All right, you heard it here first, folks. I got it jotted down so he can't cheat like he did last year. But that's all, folks. All right. Hopefully they couldn't hear that fart in the microphone.
This is a crucial week for me.
Crucial week.
I'm either going to fall behind by 3 with 3 games left, or I'm going to pull within 1.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, knowing the way things go for me, probably that I'll just fall behind by 3 and it'll be anticlimactic.
Haven't I had to buy you the sandwich twice and you buy me once?
No, it's 1 each.
Oh, okay.
2 years
This
ago,
only
you
the
had to
third
buy
year?
one for me, and then last year I bought one for you.
So this is kind of the inaugural tiebreaker. if you will. The first time tiebreaker.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up. The holidays are right around the corner. Besides our giveaways, again, check out odinsandpodcast.com/giveaway. If you're listening to this, you can try to check out our Facebook page too. Be sure to like the Facebook page itself and that post if you still see the giveaway on there. Like it to enter if you'd like. Very, very simple entry. You just have to like Odin's Den on Facebook, the overall page, and then like that post. That's it. That's all I ask, everybody. But I want to thank you for listening. I want to reward one of you fine listeners who actually actively listen to us. Without the listeners, we wouldn't be doing it. Please check us out and support us if you would like. But, of course, we ain't going to come down on you about it. We got some great, cool gear. Let's get cooking with Delvin. Walked into a bar. The I'm Was Stupid, Kings of the North, the Zim Reapers. Go grab a Vikings fan in your life, somebody else as well besides yourself. Some cool gear from our merch. Click through our Amazon link if you'd like as well. Visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I still have yet to put the John Randall picture that I got, the poster that I got up. That will be coming soon as well. But yeah, check us out online. I want to thank you again for listening. This is episode 122. Any final thoughts, Hammer?
Hammer out.
Hammer is out. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you next week. Stay warm, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Odin's Den. Be sure to follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Get all of the latest on odinsdenpodcast.com. SKOL.
It's one of the best podcasts I've ever seen.